Hello everyone, my name is Isra, and this is Imperial Splendour. Once again, because I really enjoy it right now. So, we ended the last part with the promise of a naval battle. And, what do you know, we'll begin this part with a naval battle. So, what are we up against? Well, we are basically up against majority of 6 rates. We actually have almost a complete row of 6 rates. And then we have 2 sloops, another very heavily damaged 6 rate, and then a break. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rates. We also have a brig and a sloop, and we have actually superior ships. We have an outmost flagship, a 5th rate variety, and we have another 5th rate, and most importantly, an actual 4th rate. So I think we should be able to win this battle. We actually have more ships than the enemy do, and it's beyond a shadow of a doubt I have better ships than they do, at least with more firepower. So let's go ahead and attack them. So of course the problem with naval battles in, well, not necessarily Empire's World War, but in modded, and a certain mod especially, Darth mod, spoilers, there's a problem with wind, and, well, not really a problem with wind, but what it makes, well, what it does to navy ships when you don't have the wind in your favor, as I don't. And you usually don't when you are attacking, it seems like, or it's random and it just seems like I have worse luck, or alternatively like confirmation bias. Anyway, I don't really know how well the wind will affect the ships in this mod, or if the ships I do have actually are faster than the ones I usually use in Darth mod. And I think that might be the case, because in Darth mod I do think it's really, well, it's not easy, but it's definitely simpler, I found out, than this mod to be able to acquire the kind of higher end ships. And yeah, you've seen right now that I had to go with mainly 6 rates in order to build up my navy. And from, well, not the very start, but pretty early on, you can upgrade your fishery into a major fishery, and there you, for some reason, are able to recruit these buggers. Not these buggers, but these buggers, the 4th rates. So I don't know, that might have something to do with that. Anyway, this isn't as terrible as I dreaded, but what we will be trying to do here is probably to go straight forward, maybe cut through them if I can do it fast enough, but I don't think it will be. Yeah, but the ideal thing here would be to get behind their lines and then cut right through them. I don't think we'll be able to do that though. We'll have to make a hard right pretty soon, and then maybe see if we can go against the wind a little bit, if that is even possible, and envelop them. Anyway, it's still the case with naval battles that they are not very fast, unless you go ahead and speed them up pretty much all the time. So that is what we are doing. Yeah, I think I'll start turning there. Actually, it might have been best for me to actually turn a bit sooner. I don't know though. Anyway, the battle has begun. And I have taken damage. Let's see if we can deal some damage. And we can. It's 1-1 when it comes to the championship for destroying enemy guns. So, what about the 4th rate? Can they achieve anything? They certainly can. They actually destroyed a lot of cannons. But, to be fair, they also destroyed a lot of mine. So that sounds fun. Okay, this is 6th rate. This is a sloop and a 6th rate. So maybe we'll try to cut through. I don't know actually. Here? Or do we wait a bit? Yeah, let's try to do that and see how successful it is. And actually let's do that with the entire line and not only the leading ship. So how is this panning out? Well, this vessel is definitely taking a lot of damage. It has lost 9 guns, and I'm guessing that the majority of them are of course on this side. At least that's what I'm hoping. Definitely a good amount of damage. And yeah, apparently I can't turn that quickly. Go figure. I'm turning against the wind and everything. But at least I am able to get the point-blank volley into the 6th rate right there. Oh, come on. Come on, you guys. You almost completely reloaded and everything. Oh well. Oh, that was actually the last ship on the line. And this is actually turning into a pretty wide arc here. I might want to go to the right. Rather. I don't know though. We kind of want to have the yeah, we kind of want to have the opposite front facing them, don't we? Like the undamaged part of our ships. And for that, the way to go would actually be turning right. Should we do that? Yeah, let's go for it. Oh, now I of course can't. Well, I can. Let's try that. Let's see if that actually works out. Anyway, their 6th rate is close to routing. Yeah, this is still a large turning radius. That's for sure. Yeah, but I still think it's probably worth doing, just down to the fact that we get the, well, not undamaged, but certainly less damaged side of the ship actually facing our enemies. So there's that to be argued for. So the 6th rates, one of the 6th rates, are sinking. Nice. The sloop is still operational and it has 17 guns still remaining out of 18. That's slightly impressive actually. Also, where did you get all that hull strength from? I seem to recall that you shouldn't be having any of that. Maybe it's like represented with like percentages? No, it's still not correct because the left side isn't completely full there. So I don't know what's happening right there, but hopefully they will still have the weaker hull that was kind of advertised. Anyway, we also lost the 6th rate, so I guess we're 1-1 there. But thankfully we have one more vessel to actually lose before we are in dire straits, like I am in my other campaign, and that's why I named the latest party in my other campaign Dire Straits. On the side note there. On another note, these guys are taking a lot of damage. Or are they? They haven't lost any additional guns, I don't think. I don't know. Yeah, they definitely still haven't actually done any damage to. But they are on a on kind of the extreme range here. And I have hit a lot of their sails. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, just regroup them because we have lost a ship there. Yeah, they definitely aren't taking that much damage. Not as much as I would have liked them to. Anyway, we're now at the rather boring part of the battle again. So let's speed it up until we get to the more exciting part of it. And make sure that we have done all of this for actually something. So make sure that we get our best side turned against them. At least what should be our best side, as I've mentioned several times now. And there went the enemy admiral. Huh. Where? Oh, so the admiral was on the ship that sank? Huh. I didn't expect that. Anyway, let's take a ship count here. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 10. Oh dear. And these guys are trying to take out the back of my line, but they are being shot at by 2 of my ships right now, so I don't know if that is a good idea, and you're kind of being challenged by your equals here. I don't know. Anyway, we are still in the rather boring aspect of this fight. But such is the nature of naval battles. They were long and they were slow. Yeah, I might have to take these guys out, actually maybe all 3 of these guys, and try to have them fight the Danish ships. Just, I was gonna say one-on-one, but that's kinda not what I'm wanting to get there. I was gonna try to put my better side towards them, but it doesn't appear that that side is actually the better side for this guy. And I kinda want to keep my admiral still active. Well, firstly, it's a good admiral, and secondly, it's never a good thing to lose your admiral like that. Let's see, you can actually stay there and drop anchor. You are doing well in firing at this guy, and you should indeed get closer to them. There we go, try to turn with them. And I rarely see navies split up like this. Huh. This is unusual. Also, I am losing my brig. That's unfortunate. I do have a 6th rate though, which should be able to defeat the 2 sloops. But as I often say, the keyword is should. There's no guarantee for that. Come on. Just route. You know you want to. Okay, let's try to capture it. And do the same with these guys. I don't know if I will be able to do so. And these guys haven't been dragged in. But they are indeed still wavering. Anyway, over on the other side of the battlefield, we are once again opening fire on these guys. But what are you doing? Lagging behind. Lagging very far behind and making it so that you can't actually fire, even though you have a perfect broadside at them. That's annoying. At least I don't. At least I haven't seen any friendly fire yet. So there's definitely something to be happy for. So, have you captured them? Well, you are trying. You're definitely trying, and these guys surrendered. Okay, you guys stop, and you guys do the same. And switch back to round shots. Actually, you can pass by. with all that speed. And now we are going the other way. Maybe I should rather try to do a bit of boarding, something I don't usually do, but it might be a very, very good idea to actually do that. Well, maybe you should try. You should switch it up. Actually, maybe you should try to go after those guys, and you can try to go after these guys, and hopefully that'll be enough. These guys are surrendered, thankfully, and I think that means I can... well, actually not really. I would actually want these guys to stay back. And actually, let's kill their seals. If I could actually hit them, that would be great. There we go. Slightly better. Not very, though. Anyway, I am being outshot here. All that remains is my 6th rate. But yeah, I'm definitely being surrounded. By a sloop, another 6th rate, and these guys, which are fleeing, it seems like. They have been going straight. Hopefully they don't do that, because I have seen naval vessels do that, and it's bloody irritating. Okay, so those guys are done. And I'm thinking I'm gonna just break up this group right here. What are you doing? Well, have you been captured? Well, at least there's a line between the ships, so they're bound to be captured. And let's try to soften them up a bit with a few rounds of canister, but the amount of men should just overpower them on their own. But yeah, I need ships to go after this ship right here. I don't want them to... I don't want this guy to be crammed up against the red line and causing me to have to chase him down, and in the worst case, lose the battle because I was the attacker and I didn't win within 15 minutes. That's very, very annoying when it happens. Trust me. Okay, caster, 6th rate. There we go. Maybe we should just try to F up their sails as much as possible. Might be an idea. Unfortunately, we don't have any reloaded guns. Come on. Come on. There we go. I think I did some damage. Not that much damage, unfortunately. But yeah, all the Danish naval vessels are actually routed. Of these guys. Well, not routed, they're actually surrendered, so it's even better. Now for the remaining guys. The ones who are not trying to chase after that lone guy. There. That's the order. Seems about right, actually. Also, I am being shot from all sides, but on the plus side, I am shooting on both of my flanks here. But I'm guessing that was just for one volley, because now we're out of the range again. Oh well. As I said, such is the nature of naval battles. And these guys seems to have turned back. So that's a positive at least. Also, just make a quick check on all of my vessels, because I know some have a funky setting right now. Those guys, for instance, and they are the last ones. Also full sails. Why are you not using your full sails? There is one I think I turn off fire at will on. Obviously I turned that back on, but loads of them had chain shot selected, and you don't want that. This guy is still alive and kicking. That's impressive. Oh, I sunk that sloop. Nice. Very nice. Actually, let's try to board these guys. And at the same time, use all the canister we can muster. I'll probably lose nonetheless, but at least try to do as much damage as possible to those guys. There we go, and they should all be at full sail. Nice. Numbers are about equal actually, and I don't know about the morale of the navies, but hopefully the Swedish, there we go, finally, sailors actually have a bit of a morale advantage. And I don't know how much of the Swedish morale actually, well, from the army, leaks over into the navy. That's kind of what the mod focuses on. It's more the armies than the navies, and it makes sense. You more often than not see, well, I'm kind of saying the obvious, but still, you more often see land battles than naval battles, so that's kind of why you have to focus on the land battles. That's kind of given. Anyway, 71 against 71. Well, that's great, isn't it? And all of these guys are actually returning to that sector. And actually the Danish are not looking the best, even though, as I said, the numbers are very, very equal here. But they actually did surrender, and that means I captured that ship. Along with the other ships that are surrendered, they should be considered captured. Anyway, this vessel right here, it's probably not gonna survive. I can see it's taking water, and not many men are still remaining. And it's a bit sad, but at least they did manage to grab a valiant victory before that happened. Yeah, these guys are wavering from the few bow shots that can actually be fired by these guys. Actually, they're not even wavering because of that, they're wavering because these guys are near them. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but well, could be saving them, but I don't think so. These guys seems to be sinking nonetheless. And the 5th rate is bringing his guns to bear. Not that many of them still left, actually. Come here, little ship. Try to run away. There we go. You are getting a good surround going here. Also, you can open fire, and that was actually a bit too wide an arc than I would have liked it to be. Let's try to stop them here. Hopefully they'll stop somewhere between them. And just sit there and do loads of damage. Yeah, the turning arcs are a bit wide, as you can see. I think I want to have them like here, and he ended up all the way out here, for some reason. And I am hitting my own ship. Oh well. Okay, they have surrendered. So, all men, focus on the sole remaining survivor. And they are bound to rout and shatter anytime soon now. And there you go, finally. That was quite a long battle. Yeah, these naval battles definitely have a tendency to be that. Anyway, we killed off 5 of their ships. They have 2 still remaining, and we captured 3 of them, and we killed one of them, aka sunk it. So... No, that's of course the opposite. They sunk one of our ships, and they had 3 ships of theirs captured, and they have how many remaining? 2. Yeah, good for you. Anyway, what did we get? We got a 6th rate, we got a 6th rate, and we got a 6th rate. So I think I'll bring in all of those guys, and we did lose a few more ships that we didn't actually lose, I think. Or it might be that I'm forgetting about something, and we actually did lose all of those ships. Let's see. Yeah, this guy also survives. The one I was absolutely sure would die. So that's a plus. Anyway, add those ships to the fleets. A very, very battered fleet, it should be mentioned. And speaking of battered fleets, this one is definitely one of them. Yeah, these are the reinforcing guys. I might want to go in for a bit of raiding, which of course leaves me vulnerable for these guys, but keep in mind these guys are very heavily damaged and they're actually laying in my port. This is not Danish territory anymore. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But yeah, let's go in and face the horrible bill. There we go, 3,207, and I can't hope to repay that. Not right now, anyway. Anyway, over on other sides of this war. Okay. I actually forgot that I didn't end the turn before I started this, and this was all on one turn. So I guess that was the end of that turn. So, let's go ahead and see what the Danish respond with, and if the Russians actually try to attack our guys before we reach Crimea. Not anything directly, thankfully, not yet, but the Danes are still up. But they didn't do anything. Also, all of this naval fighting actually made the Strait of... what do they call it? I don't know, but the Denmark-Sweden Strait, it's now opened, which means I can go ahead and attack the capital if I want to. And you know what? I really effing want to. But problem with that is that these guys are not replenished yet. Also, I think it might be a good idea to actually recruit a few more guys before I go ahead and do that. Once again, these guys are very, very expensive, but I do believe I actually need a bit more manpower to do this. And I can't really just throw militia at the problem. Actually, militia and regular line infantry are about... Well, they're not about the same, but they're very, very close when it comes to recruitment cost. These guys are 1200 and the other ones are 1400, if I'm not entirely mistaken. So all that comes down to, well, not all, but it comes down to upkeep cost. 200 for these guys. What's it like compared to these guys? 235. So, So, well, okay. That's a bit weird. With all that, I don't really see why you want to recruit militia in the first place. Kind of the draw of militia in the first game, the vanilla game, is the fact that militia is cheap. It's very cheap to recruit, and it's also cheap to upkeep, and it's a great tool for keeping your provinces under control. Because they are cheaper, and of course they are cheaper in this game as well, but not as cheap. Well, I might withdraw that. I can't remember the cost off the top of my head from the vanilla game, but let's say that it's still a 200 gold difference. Then I don't really see the draw of having militia right now, because the fact that if it is the same in the vanilla game, it doesn't matter, because the recruitment cost in this mod is so ridiculous. So it doesn't scale. It doesn't really scale properly. I don't think, at least. But yeah, that was I wouldn't call it a rant, but I definitely went on a tangent right there. So what it really comes down to is the fact that I need more line infantry. And here we have it. We could have gone with that rather than make it into all of that, but I went ahead and did that. Anyway, repair all of that, well, as much as we can. Also, let's take a look at our income. Oh, almost 5,000. That's nice. Of course, we're not being raided anymore. That's very, very nice. Also, speaking of raiding, I'm gonna send a ship over here in order to both block my Danish opponent and, secondly, get a bit more of that income from pirating. So we'll send over the 6th rate, one of the captured 6th rate nonetheless. And I'm actually blocked. Oh, I see. So finally the Danish Navy have got their senses. I've gotten to the senses and actually sent the Navy home. Unfortunately, they're probably there for repair. And I don't like that. Yeah, because this is actually a dangerous navy. It's not as strong as my navy is right now. Well, it might be as strong as my navy is right now, seeing how many damaged ships I have. But in pure numbers, I am definitely outnumbering them. But take these guys and throw them in the mix again, and maybe even have them repaired, and we once again have a Danish navy, which should be fed. Anyway, don't have to worry about that right now anyway. Also, it might be... No, that would be a bit weird. I'm debating whether I should take the units that are recruiting in Stockholm right now and actually load them up onto a ship and have them shipped to southern Sweden for the invasion of Denmark, or if I should just have them walk there, because the walking distance is actually not that far. Well, it might be. Let's see. Okay, this is for the entire army, but that includes cannon, so I might be wrong here. Okay, it's almost the entire way, so I guess it's fair. I guess we'll just let it be like that. Anyway, we are using all of our money to repair. Yeah. I really don't like that, but we kind of have to do that. And we're not using all of our money. I was prepared to use all my money to repair, but in fact I didn't really need it, so that was good. But yeah, we are now here with our army. We are to the point where we should be able to grab Crimea very, very easily. Surrender refused. Well, that sucks a bit. So, this will be a battle fort, but it will be a battle fort not in this part. So, I hope you join me next time for a battle over Russian Crimea. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this part. Like, comment and subscribe if you're not already. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.